Have you ever noticed that some of life's biggest questions are the same questions people have been asking for thousands of years? Questions like, why am I here? Why is the world so broken? Why do bad things happen? Is there really a purpose for my life? Believe it or not, the book of Genesis answers every one of those questions. Now, when most people think about Genesis, they think about creation, Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, Abraham, Joseph, all the famous Bible stories. But Genesis is much more than a collection of stories. It's really one story. It's the story of a God who never gives up on his people. And if I had to summarize Genesis in one sentence, it would be this. No matter how broken your story becomes, God is able to bring purpose, hope, and redemption to those who trust him. That's the takeaway. Let's talk about why. The first thing Genesis teaches us is that your life has purpose. The Bible begins by telling us that God intentionally created the heavens and the earth, then he created mankind in his own image. Think about that for a moment. Before you accomplished anything, before you earned a paycheck, before anyone ever applauded you, God had already declared his creation to be good. That means your worth isn't based on your success. It isn't based on your failures either. Your value comes from the one who created you. I think that's a lesson all of us need to hear every now and then. The next takeaway is one we all know to be true, even if we don't like admitting it. Our choices matter. Adam and Eve made one decision that changed the course of history. Genesis reminds us that decisions are rarely isolated. They affect our families, our relationships, and sometimes generations after us. It's a reminder to slow down before making decisions and ask ourselves, where could this choice lead? Now here's what I love about Genesis. Even after people fail, God doesn't walk away. Think about the people we meet in this book. Noah wasn't perfect. Abraham had moments of fear. Sarah struggled to believe. Jacob was a deceiver. Joseph experienced betrayal unlike most of us could imagine. None of them had perfect stories, yet every single one of them experienced God's faithfulness. That tells me something encouraging. God isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for people who are willing to trust him. Another lesson Genesis teaches is that faith often means moving before you have all the answers. Imagine Abraham. God tells him to leave everything familiar and go to a land he would show him. Notice what God didn't do. He didn't hand Abraham a detailed map. He simply asked him to trust. Isn't that how God often works in our own lives? We keep asking for the whole plan while God keeps showing us just the next step. Maybe that's because faith grows one step at a time. Then we come to Joseph. His own brothers betrayed him. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, forgotten in prison. If anyone had a reason to become bitter, it was Joseph. But years later, after God had completely turned his life around, Joseph made one of the most remarkable statements in Scripture. He said, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good." Just let that settle in for a moment. Joseph didn't say what happened to him was good. He said God was able to bring good from it. And maybe someone listening today needs that reminder. You may not understand what you're going through. You may never fully understand why certain things happened. But Genesis reminds us that God specializes in writing beautiful endings from painful chapters. When you step back and look at the entire book, something becomes obvious. God keeps pursuing people. When Adam and Eve hid, God came looking for them. When Noah lived in a corrupt world, God preserved him. When Abraham was uncertain, God made him a promise. When Jacob was running from his past, God transformed him. When Joseph was suffering, God never abandoned him. Over and over again, Genesis reminds us that God is always working, even when we can't see him. So what's the takeaway? Here it is. Your life has purpose. Your choices matter. Faith requires trust. God can redeem broken situations, and no chapter of your life is beyond God's ability to rewrite for his glory. I'd like to leave you with one question. What part of your story have you already decided is beyond hope? Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your career, maybe it's something you've done that you wish you could undo. Whatever it is, Genesis reminds us that God is still the God of new beginnings, the same God who brought order out of chaos, the same God who kept his promises to Abraham, the same God who turned Joseph's suffering into salvation for an entire nation, is still writing stories today. And maybe he's not finished writing yours.